And now the rules for negative numbers. First rule, a negative times a negative is a
positive.
A positive. How right you are. For example, negative 2 times negative 2 is a negative times a negative. The answer is positive. Positive 4. Second one, a positive times a positive is a
Positive.
A positive. Of course. What are you, stupid? This is normal math. 2 times 2 is 4. Now, let's get a little tricky. Be careful. A negative times a positive, or a positive times a negative is a
Negative.
A negative. I can't pull one over on you guys. So negative 2 times 2 is a negative times a positive. The answer is going to be a negative, negative 4. And if we switch it around, as we know you can do without changing anything, 2 times negative 2 is a positive times a negative. The answer is still going to be negative 4. Okay, now, adding and subtracting, surprisingly, is a lot harder to get these rules down. But before I begin that, if you minus a negative, if you subtract a negative, that's the same as
Adding a positive.
adding a positive. Somebody's rehearsed this with you, hasn't they? Haven't they? Okay, now if you have a positive and a negative, what you're going to do is, or if you have a negative and a positive, and you're adding and subtracting, here's what's going to happen.
Subtract the smaller number from the larger
And then,
and give it the sign of the larger number.
absolutely right. For example, if you have negative 20 plus 10, you're going to subtract the smaller number from the larger number. So you're going to take 10 away from 20. 20 minus 10 is 10. And you're going to give it the sign of the larger number, which is negative. So the answer is negative 10. Or if it was 20 plus negative 10, which by the way is the same as just subtracting 10, you're going to subtract the smaller number from the larger number. 20 minus 10 is 10. And give it the sign of the larger number, which in this case is positive. This has been the rules for negative numbers.